Hi, it's Tina. We talked about shepherd's pie this morning, made with lentils. And I thought that was a pretty good idea for supper. So let's make some, shall we? I've got a glass pan, and I've just put a metal pan under it to make it easier for me to get it back out of the oven when it's finished. And you can add whatever you like in shepherd's pie. You can put carrots and peas and celery and onions and potatoes, whatever you like, whatever vegetables you have on hand. So this is what I had in the freezer, so this is what I thought I'd stick in mine. So I've got some frozen corn. Some frozen cauliflower. And some frozen peas. Now, instead of crumbled or ground beef, because we're whole food, plant-based, we're going to use our lentils that we made this morning. And we're just going to put those through. Now, the last time I made shepherd's pie is when we first went plant-based. And my husband and I were talking about the meal sitting around the dinner table. My daughter, who's generally very quiet, just stopped us in the middle of the conversation and said, "This isn't hamburger meat?" And I said, "Nope, it's lentils." So she didn't realize that it wasn't. And that's a good thing, right? When they can't tell the difference, you've got them fooled. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of spices because my gravy has spice. So I chose onion powder, and garlic. We are not afraid of vampires in this house. And a little bit of celery. Well, you probably can't see that very well. Celery seed. Now, what did we talk about celery? It adds sodium, so it gives a salty flavor, even though there's no salt. There's no oil, and of course, there's no sugar, because that's how we roll. Now, for our gravy, I chose Mary McDougall's Golden Gravy, or at least a version of it. I Tina-ize everything, you know. And we'll do a video of this another day, because I know you'll ask. Now, I'm sure her recipe is on the McDougall website, and if you have the book, The Healthiest Diet on the Planet, that's where I got the recipe. And because I didn't have any broth on hand, I need to make that. That'll be another video. I changed the recipe a little bit. And I'm just going to use the entire recipe of gravy. Now, a little secret about this gravy. My son is not a vegan, and he came home after the age of 21, decided living on his own was a little hard. And when he got back home, his family was vegan, plant-based, and he didn't know what to think about that. So he can eat meat when he's out of the house, but when he's in the house, he has to eat our food. That's the rule. We don't allow any animal products in the house. And when I served this gravy, he basically said he didn't mind eating our plant-based diet if I just covered everything in this gravy. So I would call that a win, wouldn't you? Then I've made my mashed potatoes. Now I just peeled some russet potatoes, cooked them in my Instant Pot for 22 minutes instead of 20 like I normally do, so that they'd be extra soft. I added some of my soy milk smushed them by hand, and some onion powder and some parsley. And I'm just going to put this on top as my top layer. And if you haven't watched my other videos, my husband is from England. He's a London boy, and shepherd's pie is very important to him. So he quite likes when we have it, and I'm sure he would say we don't have it often enough. So he'll be very happy tonight. And I'd say this was probably 6 good size russet potatoes. And I am just going to bake this in the oven closer to time when he's going to come home for supper. I'm getting it ready now, 3 o'clock. And then I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator until it's time to bake. And then I will bake it 375 for about 30 minutes because everything in here is cooked. The vegetables were frozen, but since they're going to sit for a good 2 hours before they're baked, they'll be defrosted by then. Now, if I was using vegetables that were uncooked, I might put some foil on top and bake it a little longer. But everything in there's cooked. And there you have it, shepherd's pie. Have a good day.